T1 just need to weather the storm.
And the heal is good in lane, but once you get out, it is very tough not to have the cleanse.
Zeus on the flank.
Zeus on the side. TP coming in, Faker looking to make the play against Ruler! Oner goes in! And again, the combos are clean! The hostile takeover is damn well hostile! T1 looking to leave no survivors alive. 369 admits the entire team will get absolutely nothing! T1 in the clutch!
This alley-oop from Faker and Oner to kill Ruler was undisputedly the best play of the year in 2023. But what many people don't notice is how Zeus was hiding in top jungle, while Faker is hiding in bot jungle, and the rest of T1 is attacking from below. In this play, T1 is striking Ruler from 3 angles. First with the Azir flash shuffle, then with the rel engage, and finally with the Aatrox flank. This 3-point flank formation, if done correctly, will practically win any team fight. And right now, T1 is the best team in the world at setting up these formations. In this video, we will look at 10 T1 flank formations at Dragon that get increasingly more impossible. We start with a Dragon fight between T1 and FearX. Before fighting at Dragon, T1 lets FearX get mid-prio and walk to Dragon. Willer even places Rift Herald to dissuade T1 from contesting Dragon. It may seem like T1 is split, with Guma and Zeus still mid, and Faker and Oner in a river, but Keria is on a long flank around Dragon. FearX are clumped together and give T1 all the time to set up a flank formation. Execute even places a pink ward in the river bush, which replaces the ward that would have spotted Keria's flank. And when T1 make the call to go in, their flank formation has champions attacking from 4 angles. Keria gets a 4-man Pop Blossom, and Zeus follows up with Aatrox Q to knock up Closer. And Faker's Shockwave kills Closer through the chain CC. Zeus, Oner, and Keria then save Guma from being focused down by Kalista Alistar. In the second Dragon fight against Kwangdong Freaks, we see the same setup. T1 lets them get mid-prio so that they can walk to Dragon first. T1 are patiently waiting at their outer turret for Zeus to arrive from base. Once everyone is ready, T1 prepares their flank formation. Zeus takes the Hextech portal down while Faker rides in with Taliyah wall. Faker flashes to safety, while Zeus dashes over the Dragon wall, and Oner jumps in with Nocturne ult, and the formation is complete. Kwangdong Freaks stands no chance to win this fight, especially since Dudu is not close enough to help his team. Dudu walks away without having dealt or taken a single lick of damage. In the third Dragon fight against Nongshim, once again, T1 is letting Nongshim get mid-prio and arrive at Dragon first. All 5 Nongshim members are seen clumped in the river while T1 is preparing to set up their flank formation. Zeus is wrapping around through bot side while Faker is angling for Taliyah wall. The Taliyah ult and Rumble ult carve 3 zones that restrict Nongshim's movements. Sylvie and Calmy are trapped on the right side of the wall with Zeus. Dundun is caught fighting a 1v4 against the rest of T1. And Jiwoo and Peter are trapped in a narrow section of the Dragon Pit by Taliyah and Rumble ult. But if we look closely at what Faker does, he continues to zone Jiwoo and Peter with Taliyah E, and assists Zeus by knocking up Sylvie with Taliyah W. Not only is T1 able to get an easy 3v1 kill on Dundun, but Oner also wins the smite fight. Jiwoo and Peter are forced to retreat over the Dragon Wall while Zeus finishes Sylvie. In the fourth Dragon fight against BLG, T1 goes for the same flank formation with Zeus on the right, Faker lurking near blue buff on Taliyah, and Oner, Guma, and Keria walking from mid. With Quirky Package and Smite Rend combo, it looks like BLG is strongly favored to win this dragon fight. However, Faker walls off Bin and Knight for a 4v2, which is winning for T1 regardless if Knight uses Package or not. But since Knight was caught by Taliyah W, he donates a clean kill to T1. T1 then looked to ignore Bin, with Zeus and Keria both diving into the dragon pit. While BLG secure dragon, T1 has set up another flank formation with Guma looking to flank over the dragon wall. And this 5v4 re-engage is a clean win for T1. In the 5th dragon fight against KT, T1 see that KT is looking to walk the dragon through bot lane. And with BDD's TP, all 5 KT members are confirmed to be grouped bot lane, and thus T1 begins to spread apart and look to build a flank formation. Oner looks to occupy Tribush, Guma looks to occupy Pixel Bush, and Zeus looks to occupy the blue side Tribush. Faker is arriving through bot lane with Package, and Keria is arriving from the jungle above. As KT mindlessly walked into the river, all 5 T1 members look to strike from different angles. Oner begins the fight with a Poppy ult onto Perfect, and Faker capitalizes on this temporary 5v4 with Quirky Package on 3 KT members. And Deft has nowhere to run. If the ADC in League of Legends is analogous to a king in chess, KT is checkmated. Deft gets deleted, and the rest of KT crumble one by one. In the 6th dragon fight against Hanwha Life, T1 allow Hanwha Life to start dragon. Faker is running from base with Quirky Package, and Zeus begins to TP to a flank ward. And with Oner, Guma, and Keria walking from mid, T1 again is looking to set up a 3-point flank formation. And while Hanwha Life secures dragon, T1 will not let them live to tell the tale. Keria jumps into the dragon pit, but Hanwha Life did not focus him and continue to retreat. But it's too late, and before Zega can react, he is knocked up by Zac E, followed by Sejuani ult stun, and finished with Quirky Package. While Faker is traded for Zeka, T1 is able to scrap the remaining 4v4 with consistent damage and healing with Senna, Viego, and Zac. In the 7th dragon fight against D plus Kia, T1 allow D plus Kia to start dragon while Zeus is split pushing bot with TF. But D plus Kia is unsure how to deal with the split push, and they decide to give up river control. But T1 uses opportunity to start dragon themselves, and Zeus pops TF ult to TP away. And he chooses to TP mid, which is in preparation for a flanking formation onto D plus Kia. And as D plus Kia look to regain river control, they are greeted by flanking bodyguards, Zeus and Oner. Faker also repositions over the river wall, which completes T1's 3-point flank formation. The 4 members of D plus Kia look to all in on Oner, which allows Zeus and Faker to attack them from different angles. Meanwhile, Guma and Keria are guarding against Lucid, who is wrapping around bot side, and is nowhere close to contest dragon. Oner secures dragon, buys time with Poppy ult, and flashes to safety, while Faker and Zeus bring 3 D plus Kia members below half HP. And as D plus Kia look to retreat, they are still being flanked by T1 on 3 angles, and have no choice but to dash over the dragon wall or fall to T1. In the 8th dragon fight against JDG are clumped mid since they're trying to get mid prio. And as they walk towards dragon, Oner and Faker lurk right behind them, keeping their distance, while maintaining a flank formation. T1 is slowly and methodically shepherding JDG into the river. And as JDG try to punish Faker for getting too close, he simply ease away. Keria decides to channel Hex Flash, believing that the 3-point flank formation with Oner from the left, Keria from above, and Faker, Zeus, and Guma from mid is powerful enough. Keria then Hex Flash hooks Knight, and the Nautilus ult knocks up Knight, Ruler, and Missing, which buys time for T1 to fight a 3v2 against 369 and Kanavi. And on the left, Oner is dissuading JDG's backline from following up on their front line. And as Keria is still lurking on the right, T1 is still in a 3-point flank formation around JDG. Notice that Guma is still untouched and is freely hitting 369 and Kanavi. Faker then gets a K'Sante ult Q3 knockup combo on JDG's backline and gets a kill on Knight, while Guma lives by the skin of his teeth after killing Kanavi. All this time, Oner is lurking behind Ruler and chips away at him. This consistent 3-point flank formation allowed T1 to kite for Guma while presenting meaningful threats to JDG's backline, netting them a clean ace. In the 9th dragon fight against Hanwha Life, T1 allows Hanwha Life to group first in the river. Once again, Faker is near blue buff looking for a Taliyah wall to split Hanwha Life, but this time, Keria is the one flanking from the right on Rakan, as opposed to Zeus. However, Hanwha Life looks to burst down Dragon before T1 is able to set up their 3-point flank formation. Doran is sent to buy time against 3 T1 members, while Faker lays down the Taliyah wall. Doran then retreats into the Dragon Pit, but this puts Hanwha Life in a vulnerable position since they are all grouped together. Keria then wraps around the Dragon Pit and engages on Zeka's Yone. Faker chain sees Keria's charm knockup with Taliyah W, and Guma slides over the wall with Zeri E. And once again, T1 is in a 3-point flank formation around Zeka, and he is bursted down with Vi ult, all of which was a very clean layering of CC. While Viper gets Chemtech Soul for Hanwha Life, Guma's flash into the pit forces Hanwha Life to call off the fight. Peanut, Viper, and Delight leave, and Doran is left to die. And for the 10th and final dragon fight, it is the next fight at Elder in the same game. Before the fight even begins, Oner is caught, leaving T1 in a 4v5 against Hanwha Life with Chemtech Soul. Hanwha Life immediately start Elder Dragon, and TF ult sees that all 5 Hanwha Life members are clumped in the river. Doran looks to play bodyguard, and he absorbs a TF stun with K'Sante W. And as Doran runs away, T1 turn their attention to Elder while cautiously keeping their distance. Doran continues to play up as the tank for Hanwha Life, but he eats a TF gold card that is hidden in the bush. And T1 punishes overextension with Taliyah W and Rakan W chain CC, which nearly kills Doran. And while Faker's Taliyah Q finishes Doran, it's still a 4v4 and Hanwha Life has Chemtech Soul. T1 continue to stay apart, with Guma gliding over the wall with Zeri E. And here, T1 has a small 4-point flank formation around Dragon. Although the angles don't differ by much, it is just enough to avoid taking AoE damage. Peanut secures Elder for Hanwha Life, and Delight gets a nasty 3-man Rel flash engage. But Zeka's follow-up Yone ult only hits Keria, and Guma is able to flash to safety. Meanwhile, Faker and Zeus are unaffected by Hanwha Life's aggression, and along with Keria's buffered Rakan ult charm, Faker lands a critical 3-man seismic shove on Peanut, Zeka, and Delight. In a matter of frames, Keria manages to charm Viper, flashes back to his team, and use Rakan W to layer CC onto the already knocked up Hanwha life members from Faker's Taliyah W. All of this was done just before falling to Elder. And this clutch, chain CC by Faker and Keria allows Zeus and Guma to get enough DPS on Hanwha life to kill Zeka and Delight. It appears that Peanut gets an Elder Execute onto Guma, but just before the Elder Execute triggers, Peanut falls to Guma, nullifying the execute. And since Zeus went unscathed, he uses his HP to bring Viper down to half HP. And finally, Faker, who also has full HP, chases down Viper and kills him in spite of the Elder Dragon buff. In all these fights, it sounds like a broken record. T1 lets their opponents group at Dragon while they set up a 3-point flank formation, 4-point flank formation, or even a 5-point flank formation. And that's what T1 is the best at. They lure their opponents into a false sense of security, and they group without realizing that T1 is cooking a nasty flank setup. And the clean execution of their flanks will always lead them to teamfight victories. Which Dragon flank setup was your favorite and why? Do you agree with my ordering? Let me know in the comments. If you like analytical content like this, please hit the like and subscribe button for more. See you in the next video.